Greetings, or rather, season's greetings, everyone. It's Alan here with I Dream of Indie, bringing you some holiday cheer as we take a look at everyone's favorite psychotic rabbit and dog detective in Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. This remastering of the LucasArts turned Telltale series was gloriously and painstakingly brought to us by Skunk Ape Games and is hitting the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and Steam just in time for the holiday season. In 2006 to 2007, Telltale Games was tasked with breathing new life into the critically acclaimed point-and-click series centered around a detective dog and his homicidal rabbit sidekick, Sam & Max. This series was originally produced by LucasArts and became enough of a mainstream hit with the young adult and teen gamer crowd that it even spawned an ill-fated Saturday morning kids cartoon along with comics and other media. The series centered around pop culture references, satire, raunchy jokes, and a ton of philosophical humor. Unfortunately, as games evolved, point-and-click adventures became passé, and so did the adventures of Sam & Max. That is, until Telltale Games revitalized the series by releasing 2 season passes between 2006 and 2007, carrying over all the wit, charm, and overall insanity of the series while modernizing it a bit for a newer audience. The game we're taking a look at today is the second season of the series, completely remastered in both the visual and sound design. The game boasts widescreen support and high-definition graphics, with all character models being upscaled for the adventure. The sound design was also re-encoded for a higher digital fidelity rate, with the original music score being carried over on top of 8 new tracks, all done by the same series veteran, Jared Emerson Johnson. Aside from visual and auditory overhauls, the only direct change made to the game from a mechanic standpoint was the DeSoto decal system. I didn't really do much of this in my playthrough because it didn't really entice me at all, but it's basically body modifications for your car that can be collected and carried over between episode to episode. The game itself is a series of 5 episodic adventures, each featuring a completely unique and independent story from the previous episode, though there are enough references from the previous episode to make the entire series feel interconnected. At its core, this game looks, sounds, and plays like an interactive adult cartoon. Every story starts at the duo's office or outside of it, and it's up to you, the player, to click away on everyone and everything as you put your detective's hat on and, like a good gumshoe, process the various context clues to figure out how to solve the various puzzles and further the story. Each episode breaks down into a series of overlapping and interconnected puzzles that require finding the right items to use at the right time to trigger the right reaction. To keep you from getting frustrated, the game is jam-packed, and I mean jam-packed, with hilarious one-liners, engaging conversation, tons of social commentary, and the inane/insane banter between Sam the dog detective and, for some reason, President of the United States, Max the Rabbit. I could spend hours praising the atmosphere this game creates, and it truly feels exactly what Sam & Max should feel like. Comparing the original Telltale series to the remaster, I can honestly say this is the definitive way to play the game. This is a point-and-click game that truly rewards you for simply clicking on items. I ended up having just as much fun screwing around with the background elements as I did interacting with the main characters throughout my playthrough. This is not a game to rush through, though. The interactions between characters and the environment is the entire point of the game. If you like the original version of this game, I'm already preaching to the choir. I don't need to tell you how great this is. If you're a fan of the original games in the 90s or the various forms of media representing Sam & Max, or are just a fan of point-and-click games and absurdist humor, then I implore you to please consider this game as part of your holiday wish list. With that, I do think I've rambled on quite long enough here today, so on behalf of the team here at I Dream of Indie, this has been Alan, and if you need me, I'll be playing with my 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse playset.
Did I say die? I'm sorry, I meant kill. I always get those two confused.
Let's get to work.
Before we end the video here today, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to our indie warriors. Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevilo, Mitchell Hall, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Adriana Amato, CJR, C-Coil, Skepticism, Hallie, Julian Colbus, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, Bunny, JRS the 8th, Raylan, Marky Mint, and Dave Harp. Thank you all for supporting us and being a fight against the echo chamber and bringing a voice to the voiceless in gaming. If you want to learn how to help join the mission, be sure to check out the description beneath the video.